Remember that painful loss to the Bills when it felt like everything was slipping away? Well, very few people know what Lamar Jackson actually said to Mark Andrews right after that costly mistake. And I promise you, it wasn't an angry rant or a blame game. It was something that shows a lot about leadership, trust, and team unity. That conversation was so important, it changed the Ravens' whole offseason approach. They decided to keep Andrews, surprising a lot of people, and it all ties back to what went down in that tough moment. Stick around till the end because I'm going to break down exactly what Lamar said, how it affected the team, and what's coming this season. A season that promises to be a game changer. Go Ravens. Some things just stick with you. For Ravens fans, that playoff game against the Bills was exactly that kind of moment. The loss stung, but what hurt even more was seeing the team so close to tying it up, only for Mark Andrews to drop that crucial ball. That play became the symbol of the heartbreak. Lots of people were furious and threw all the blame on him. But you know who didn't? Lamar Jackson himself. Right in the middle of all that chaos, Lamar had a leader's talk with Andrews. And now, months later, he's finally shared what he said. Lamar spoke from the heart. He admitted everyone shared blame, including himself. He threw an interception and had a costly fumble too. Pointing fingers wouldn't help. More than that, he recognized all the hard work Andrews put in all season long. He told him he'd been giving it his all on the field, and that one mistake didn't erase what he means to the team. In the end, they had to look forward, keep their heads up, and keep fighting together. It wasn't a scolding, it was support. And that says a lot about who Lamar really is. Some players only step up when things are going well. Lamar's not like that. He takes responsibility, even when things fall apart. He could have stayed silent or blamed Andrews for the loss, but he chose to protect his teammate, boost the team's confidence, and make it clear no one wins or loses alone. That kind of leadership creates something bigger than a bad play. It creates unity. And in an NFL locker room, that's priceless, because that's when you see who's really ready to fight side by side until the end. And if Lamar decided to stick with Andrews, the Ravens showed they felt the same way. Despite all the pressure, the team stood by their number 89. And that's where the big offseason surprise begins. Baltimore didn't just keep Andrews. They shut down all trade rumors and bet on continue with their main tight end. A lot of folks thought Mark Andrews wouldn't be wearing purple and black anymore after that costly mistake against the Bills. During the draft, the rumors exploded. People said the team would trade him, that they needed salary cap space, or that it was time for a full offensive overhaul. But the Ravens went against all that noise. They chose to trust a guy who's already part of the family. They kept Andrews, renewed their confidence in him, and showed everyone that one mistake wouldn't change the role he has in the locker room. That says a lot about the team's mindset. They didn't let fan pressure or analysts sway them. They looked inside, saw how important Andrews is every day, how hard he works in practice, and the trouble he causes defenses on the field. He didn't become one of the NFL's best tight ends by accident. Trading him now, just to quiet the noise or ease tension, would have been throwing away years of chemistry. Baltimore wasn't about to do that. Plus, here's a key detail. Andrews isn't alone. Isaiah likely stepped up big when he got his chance, giving the Ravens a tight end duo that's tough for defenses to handle. Keeping both sends a clear message. The team wants to keep a strong identity, rotating heavy through the middle and creating mismatches only they can exploit. At the end of the day, holding on to Andrews isn't just a football decision. It's a locker room statement that the team believes in its leaders and won't abandon anyone for one bad play. But confidence alone isn't enough without fresh weapons to make Lamar's job easier, right? That's where management stepped on the gas, bringing in two monsters to complete the offense and turn Lamar's job into a party. When DeAndre Hopkins showed up in Baltimore, it felt like an early Christmas gift for Ravens fans. The team needed a wide receiver who really makes defenses nervous, someone who forces them to worry even before the snap. And there's no better name for that than Hopkins, a former All-Pro with sure hands and elite positioning skills. Meanwhile, while the passing game got this boost, Derrick Henry was signing a new deal after nearly 2,000 rushing yards last season. Just thinking about that combo gives opponents headaches. With Henry pounding the ball and forcing linebackers to cheat closer to the line, Lamar gets all the space he needs to work his magic. When defenses try to double-team Hopkins or clog the middle against Andrews, there won't be enough defenders left to stop Lamar's explosive runs. It's almost unfair, like a cheat code in a video game. This kind of variety makes the Ravens' offense so dangerous that any slip-up from opponents can turn into a 50-yard touchdown. No defense can cover everyone at once. And it doesn't stop there. With Likely growing fast and Bateman still on the roster, Lamar has more options than ever. He can spread the ball around, keep defenses guessing, and when they least expect it, tuck it and run 30 yards on his own. This kind of balance separates good offenses from unstoppable ones. The team finally built the perfect arsenal for their quarterback, respecting the physical and fast style that's made the Ravens a nightmare in recent years. But champions don't live on offense alone, right? To avoid repeating the costly mistakes in the playoffs, Baltimore went after defensive reinforcements that promised to close the lid on their opponents.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
If there's one thing that was crystal clear in the loss of the Bills, it's that the Ravens' defense still needed to tighten up when it counted most. There were blown coverages, missed tackles, and gaps showing up where they shouldn't have. The front office moved fast. They brought in Jair Alexander, one of the NFL's top cornerbacks, to team up with Marlon Humphrey and form an elite duo. Now, throwing against Baltimore is almost an act of bravery or desperation, but they didn't stop there. The Ravens also used the draft to inject youth and energy into the secondary and linebacker spots, picking safety Malachi Starks and linebacker Mike Green. These two come ready to compete for playing time and bring fresh speed and athleticism to cover every inch of the field. In today's fast-paced NFL, having guys who can fly sideline to sideline makes all the difference in shutting down explosive plays. What's really impressive is how flexible this defense can be. They can stack the box against the run, roll out nickel packages to shut down the pass, and blitz with confidence because they trust their coverage to hold up. That kind of versatility gives a defensive coordinator freedom to call whatever he wants without being at the mercy of the opponent's talent. That's crucial, especially when January comes and every single play decides who moves on and who goes home. With a stronger defense and an offense loaded with weapons, the mood in Baltimore is pure optimism. But there's also huge pressure because everyone knows this is the moment of truth. Either they win the Super Bowl now, or it starts to feel like another so close but no cigar story nobody wants to relive again. It's hard to imagine a clearer opportunity than this one. Lamar Jackson is heading into his 8th NFL season. He's already got 2 MVPs and has shown he can do things no other quarterback can. The only thing missing? Hoisting the Vince Lombardi trophy. The franchise was built completely around him, tailored his style, and the window is wide open. If not now, when? You can feel it in the city, in the way fans talk about the team, and the expectation hanging over every practice and press conference. The roster is stacked with stars on both sides of the ball, and Coach John Harbaugh knows there's no room left for excuses. Everyone's healthy. The cap has managed to keep key pieces, and the coaching staff has dialed in a system made for Lamar to shine. But with this elite roster comes a weight that can't be ignored. The pressure grows every year, because it's not enough to have the most talented team if the end result keeps falling short. The Ravens have to prove they can dominate in January, not just the regular season. It's past time to turn talent into trophies, dominance into legacy, and promise into history. This season isn't just another chance. It's a turning point, a defining moment. The team has everything it needs. The structure is in place, and the time has come. What the Ravens do now will decide how this Lamar Jackson era is remembered for the next decade. As one of the greatest, or just another team that shined bright but fell short. The Ravens have been through tough times, but Lamar Jackson's response shows this group is tighter than ever, keeping Mark Andrews, adding star power to the offense, and boosting the defense isn't just about building a strong team. It's a clear sign that Baltimore is ready to go all the way. This season will be a real test for the roster and for Lamar's leadership. The pressure is massive, and the team knows they can't afford mistakes anymore. It's time to act, to turn talent and hope into results on the field. Now, the big question every Ravens fan is asking, is this finally the year Baltimore brings home the Super Bowl? I want to hear what you think about all this. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's follow this journey together.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.